Hello, man. Hello, Mgtows. I don't know if this is actually working. I hate this one because I just don't get a clear view of what I'm doing here, and I have to continuously set things up and do that. I don't even know which microphone's working. So if anybody comes in, they'll just tell me four people, three people. Oh man, there's a lot of drama been going on in the manosphere, and that's about normal sometimes around this place. And stream microphone. I don't know where you do settings on this thing. The wife. It must be, yeah, it is hot RP. Hello RP. I'm just trying to figure out how to use this live stream. The new live stream kind of sucks. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Hello Ken, how are you doing? The bells and whistles that everything the old live stream used to have, and I really don't know. Live chat. There really is no settings. End stream, send feedback. So I can't do most of the stuff I want to do on here and check the sound. So someone let me know where my sound is coming from, if it sounds sketchy or something and everything. Today we're going to talk a little bit about being in Mgtow. When you choose to be in Mgtow, it's sound is good. Thanks a lot, Rick. Sometimes it picks up from the Wi-Fi, not the Wi-Fi, the webcam, and the webcam kind of sucks. It doesn't do as good a job as the actual cam. So most of the time this week, I've been out riding my new bike and tooling around the neighborhood. I look like a big dork on a bike, but hey, it's a lot of fun. I did 8 miles yesterday, 8 miles the day before, and then I think about 7 miles today. I judged my distance, and I did about 7, I think, and it was pretty good. I feel good. Knees starting to feel better. I'm getting a lot more blood to my legs now, and the knees starting to heal a little bit, and I can walk a little bit better now. Trying not to hurt it. I went around this corner by this rocks, and I kind of went on my side, and I had to catch myself with my knee, and I twisted it a little today, and I was like, oh, don't do that. That would have been crazy. Fall over on my bike. I was almost 6 miles away. And I don't want to do that, but everything's going good in my life, and I've been taking some summer break. You can see the rosy complexion, almost boyish rosy complexion I have from being out in the sun all day. Us Irish people, we don't do good in the sun, so I have to watch it. I should put some sunscreen on. Hello, Victor Frankenstein. Hello, boy named Gilroy. Hello, pretentious hermit Ken. Hello, everybody that's in today. We've got a lot of drama around it. It seems to be drama season again. Is it drama season, guys? Got a lot of new guys in about half a year ago, maybe less than a year ago, and they're all flaming out now. Everybody's flaming out. There's accusations of homosexuality and rampant blue pill living among people that were saying they were a monk. And that's the part that bothers me a little bit. When you say you're a monk, you come into Mgtow, you use the monk label. We've seen this a couple times during the last year. They can grow a beard. They can do that thing and pretend or look like a monk, but without no philosophy and nothing to hang their monk hat on. They're really not monks, and we kind of all knew that, and they were just going to end up flaming out at the end of the Summer of Abaddon. I like to use that. If anybody doesn't know, the Summer of Abaddon is the horror at the end of the summer after you get a girl pregnant and she leaves, and there's a whole philosophy behind that. But I haven't been paying attention to the drama. Yeah, there's a lot of drama going out there. I flicked the YouTube on when I got in, and I started listening to Holly Ho, and uh, and she gave me the lowdown on all the drama that's going on, and it's the same old drama as always. Man, how many years? I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and I've seen this kind of thing happen year after year and year after year, over and over again, like it's secular. It goes around and around and around. Let me get in. I should move this over a little bit. It goes round and around, and then it ends, and then a new crew of supposed Mgtow experts come in and try to tell you how to do your Mgtow, and we're all kind of giggling and laughing, and it gets rather cumbersome, boring, not cumbersome, rather. It gets rather old after you've been around a while, and you're just trying to do your monk thing, and you're just trying to do your Mgtow and live the best life you can when you do it, and that's about it. That's what it's about, just doing your monk thing. I sent a message to Whiskey today. I hope he's doing good fishing this season. I'm going to start doing a little fishing. I ordered a small retractable fishing rod so I could put it on the back of my bike. I ordered a fishing rod last year. It was a detachable. I'm going to try putting that on the back of my bike, and the little tackle box and everything. So when I go down to the lake or go to the river, and just kind of sit there in my chair, foldable chair, or a nice a nice grassy bank will do too. That's pretty much all I'm going to do, is sit there and watch the rod we have today. And that's what fishing's about. Fishing. I was reading an angling book this morning. I bought off of I like the angling books. Black River Dreams is my favorite fishing book, and I just bought a new one. It was written in 1885, and so I'm going to read that one and read all about fishing and everything. And I was surprised how much the older I get into fishing, the older I get into Mgtow, and the more relaxed feeling everything is around, and you just kind of let things go and don't worry about all the drama and all that stuff. I was surprised how much fishing is like being a Mgtow. You know, you're angling, and you're angling life. You want to get a big fish on the hook. You want to pull it in. You want to bring that giant in and everything. You're hunting. You're doing manly shit, and you can sit back and just kind of relax and do your monk shit by the river and enjoy life a little bit, and just be easy. And I think that's what it's about. When I first came in Mgtow, man, I was a bundle of nerves, I think we all are when we first come. And maybe that's the red pill rage. We're all come in here, we're a bundle of nerves, and we're like, oh, I gotta hunt something. and that's pretty normal. And then you gotta kind of lose that. You get the monk going, just easy. But Mgtow's not going to be for everyone, and we see that over and over every year, over and over. Rick's been around a while now, and he probably sees it, the reciprocal process of Mgtow, and every year it seems we're going to get a new batch of neos in, and these neos are going to tell you how to do your Mgtow. And never even consider an honest philosophy about it, and never read a philosophy book, but they're going to tell you all about life and basically catchphrases that we have around in Mgtow. Mgtow's got catchphrases now. Those catchphrases, I was always against the idioms. Idioms are, like the old man will tell you, if you stand in front of the barber shop, you're going to get a haircut sooner or later, things like that, the old man catchphrases, they're a replacement for knowledge is what they are. And if you run upon some of these new guys that are giving all the catchphrases, it just means that they're using the catchphrases, the classic Mgtow catchphrases, because they haven't really done the research in their lives. They haven't really done the Mgtow research, and and just insert catchphrase, and then woo, do the enthusiastic salesman, woo, and you'll probably be a really popular Mgtow if you just insert all those catchphrases. But after a while in here, you're going to start reading a little philosophy. You're going to start looking at life in a different way, and you're going to start noticing that there's a lot of things that go real deep. The rabbit hole goes real deep, and that's what I probably should have. That's what I probably should have named this video. The rabbit hole goes real deep, and once you start diving down into that rabbit hole and start figuring out things in Mgtow, it gets to be a lifelong journey, and that's where you're going to find your journey at. That's where you're going to find yourself. The philosophy of self, the philosophy of solitude. And man, if you're not a person that can't be around solitude, I don't say, Mgtow is the thing for you. Mgtow may not be for you. Solitude's important, and looking at self is important in here, and digging down deep. And that's why we call ourselves monk, because we dig down deep into our souls. And I said at one time, I was a nasty person. At one time, I needed some forgiveness. At one time, I was a pussy beggar and a white knight and a blue pill person, and I was out there and I was doing all those things that everybody does, and I had to cure myself of that. So basically, if it's like me, it's like you, and everybody comes in at the same spot. We're all indoctrinated to the blue pill lifestyle, and we have to cure ourselves. But that takes time, and it really does. And no one's going to blame someone for being wrong around here. No one's going to blame you for being new around here. What they will blame you for is coming around here and raging out after a year like a freaking idiot, like the bunch of guys just did around here lately. And I kind of seen it coming. Me and several others in my group talked about it. It's coming. They're just like the Arabos. They're going to eat themselves. They're going to come in. They're going to rage out. They're going to go full blue pill circle and come up and eat their own tails. And they did again. And it seems like every year for God, the last so many years, it seems like I have this conversation with Mgtow about, hey, SFM was pretty correct on his analogy, and we both agreed that this thing goes circular every year, and you're going to see them come in, and then you're going to see the springtime come, and you're going to see the boys go nuts, and then they're going to start putting their penises and everything, and then by the end of the summer, they're raging out against Mgtow, and they're going Mgtow on Mgtow, and that's what's happening right now. So don't get involved with that stuff. They're going to go Mgtow and Mgtow, and then by December, it'll just be the regular normal crew around here again, and then there'll be a slow trickle of people coming in, the new guys, and new guys have a lot to learn, and we have to be tolerant, and hopefully a couple of them will get this thing, and just find a way to happiness and freedom and calmness in your life, and that solitude and that serenity of a monk. You don't have to live like a monk. You go out. I go out every day. I talk to people. I'm not a shut-in and everything, and it's probably a bad name for the monks, but it's the only thing that kind of sums up our celibacy and our attitude towards women, and our just reluctance to get into any kind of relationship at all. And that's basically with any kind of people. I don't bring a lot of people around me, because every time I bring someone around me, it seems to turn into shit. And like Kurt Vonnegut said in his book, I'm tired of cleaning shit off of everything. That was Breakfast in America, by the way. Kurt Vonnegut had a way of saying it. Now, I don't know if I could say that on YouTube without getting kicked off, but Kurt Vonnegut can say it in a book, and I'll just quote him. SFM wasn't wrong. No, he was right too many times. Just because a lot of these people didn't like his his I like this attitude. I like that attitude out of man. I like that want to punch a hole in the world attitude, because most of my life that's the way I was. I wanted to punch a hole in the world, and I wanted to see it bleed. But um, as you get older, I'm just all calmed down with my new no casual cruelty in my life, and my new outlook on just kind of relaxing and taking it easy is it's I think this is where I always wanted to be with myself. I think Mgtow gave it to me, and I don't think without Mgtow I would have completed anything that I have now. I would have been out there just wandering around, because that's what I am. I'm a wanderer, and it's what I want to do most in life. I want to leave, and I want to go away, and I don't want to come home. I want to come home about every 6 months or so. I wish that was possible in life. I wish it was possible for a man to be that way. Kind of wander off one day and then come back, and all the shit would still be here, But in this world, you come back and all your shit's gone. That's impossible in kind of the cruel capitalistic world where everybody steals in America, and you can't kind of wander off and do your own thing. But that's the kind of man I was for a long, long time, and it's kind of man I still am. I long for the wandering. I long to get out there on the highway, just kind of stick my thumb out, I think I'd jump on my bike this time and just kind of 20 miles at a time to wherever. That would be a beautiful thing. I was planning a camping trip. I was seeing I had to do a lot of work on the bike. The bearings were awful. I had to replace the bearings on it. When you get a new bike, you expect that everything's working right away. I replaced the bearings, re-greased them, used the proper kind of grease. Now the thing's spinning nice, But that's the maintenance man in me. I'm gonna do those things. If I see something's not right and I don't like it, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix that fast. I know. I fix things. There's only one thing I couldn't maintenance in this world, and that was women. There's not enough duct tape in the world to fix that thing. And as soon as you realize that, you start arguing. You stop arguing with that thing. You stop arguing with. Stop arguing with feminism. Man, just look at it, step back, and go. Not enough duct tape. Let me go back to my truck. I'll be back in a couple years. There ain't enough duct tape in the world to fix women, and you step away from that thing, and that makes it so much easier. And like I say, only rules in Mgtow is we don't talk about it. We don't tell about it. We don't talk about it. We don't ask about it, and that's what they're doing now. They're asking and they're telling. They're asking and they're telling. Asking, and that'll get you in trouble every time around here, because men see that as hypocrisy. It's probably one of those philosophical things in life that people pick up on. The hypocrisy of that. Oh, I'm not validating myself to women, but I need the women's. That's Milk Apple and Rick. Thank God he invented Milk Apple. I think, was it you, Rick, that invented Milk Apple? I think there was a couple people in that group. There's SFM and John and me and you and all the guys. I miss the guys. Tell the guys I miss them, Rick. And just finding an easier way to live. It's all that hypocrisy. All that hypocrisy. Now I'm a logical positist. I got to get some moisture in me. I sweated like crazy today. 6 miles and 90 plus on that bike, and I pedaled the whole way. I used the low assist to help with my knee, and I pedaled all the way. I was kind of proud of myself. I got back to that water fountain, and I had my face under it, and I was like sucking air like an old man. Misguided Mgtow. Well, we have to give a shout out to Misguided Mgtow that invented milk apple. Yeah, he did invent milk apple. I remember that. You brought that back to me. I remember the day. we were we were lurking like always on some video. Always lurking. Sorry, I usually bring a towel in here for my foam. I get foam mustache. So I was just trying to rehydrate, and I was listening to the Mgtow stuff. I wasn't going to do any videos until probably next month, early next month. I was taking the whole summer off so I can get my knee in shape, and you guys don't have to hear about all my woe and whining. And then I can come back with a happy story about how I did it myself and how I plowed through life and punched a hole in the world. And because them stories are better, you know. Sit there and whine and complain about things, ain't nothing's going to get done, and you just got to do it yourself. And I can complain about it all day, but I got to fix it, and that's what I'm doing now, fixing it. And it gives you a little bit of inspiration in life, and that's the stories I'd rather hear about how someone got dragged down, and life served them up a big poop sandwich, and then they grabbed themselves and they pulled themselves up and they said, "Hey, I'm better than that," and they defeated it. We slayed the dragon, and they did it like a Mgtow would do it. Them are the stories, them inspirational stories that you ain't never gonna hear on primetime news about dudes, you know, just left in the gutter after a sad divorce and sick. You know, most of the time a male will get sick or you know, have a problem, he can't work no more and everything, and that's when he gets dumped after 14, 15 years of marriage, you know, and he's got to drag himself out of that bull. He got to drag himself up, and them are the inspirational stories that you're not going to hear. You hear all the girl stories, like single mama, she's raising 3 kids because she couldn't keep her legs split from splitting open, you know, all those things, and those inspirational stories of the single mothers. You know, you hear all those stories in the news probably daily. I'll probably get taken down for that. I was trying to get that thing going where the Rock does, where it gets one eyebrow going, but I just can't do that. I mean, I guess my right brain and my left brain work together or something, because I just can't do that thing. Oh. So I'm cooling down. I brought Doug in. It's thunderstorming here today again. It seems like it's more Florida weather here because of thunderstorms every day now in the summer. And Doug was out. I like to leave him out in the rain and then wipe him off. And then he appreciates me. I torture him a little. Doug's still doing okay, I guess. He's still blind and he's still deaf. And he was outside walking in circles. So I brought him in out of the thunderstorm rain, and just gonna relax and chill out, and, you know, watch some Mgtow, and then all this drama stuff comes up. Wow, and it's like, yep, seen that before. Yep, seen that before. Yep, seen that before, and it's gonna happen over and over again. I wish you guys would just, man, do it. SFM did, lay back, watch a while, you know, let the rage depart, and then come on, you know, and you know, have something good to say, you know, stick around. What do the Christian girls say? Stick around and let the miracle happen. I guess that's true with Mgtow too. To stick around long enough and just let that miracle happen, you know, change yourself, do that introspection, look deep down inside. I was going to buy a book today. It was The Philosophy of Solitude, but it was like so many pages, and And I didn't want to read it on Kindle. I just wanted to do an audio book, and they didn't have it on audio book yet. And I got my Kindle so back up. Right now, I got like 50 books to read, and before I can even buy a new one. I got my boat building book, and I've been looking at it like every day. I want to build a boat out in my garage, and I've been looking at reading the boat building book. As like, I bought that like 3 years ago. Maybe a bad book buy. It was. You think it's a bad book buy? I don't know. It may have been a bad book buy. Let me see who's in there. Hello, Bridges. Bridges don't fly. Hello, Francis Freedom. Hello, Free again. Hello. Hello, RP, young man, guardian, and his own wallet. Yeah, that's a good idea. Guard your wallet, man, because they'll get a hold of it and they'll abuse it. I had a credit card abused by my ex. Oh man, $36,000 abuse. That hurt. That hurt. They still, they forgave me for that debt because I was in Cleveland, downtown Cleveland. I was doing a job or something. They called me and they say, "Where are you at?" And I says, "I'm in downtown Cleveland." They say, "Go to a payphone and dial this number." And I went to the payphone and I dialed the number, and it was from the banking people. And they says, "You're in downtown Cleveland." I said, "Yes, I'm in downtown Cleveland calling you on a payphone." And they said, "Because your credit card was just used in Tennessee." So they forgave me for that $36,000 debt, which I was really happy about. That was like on top of the other 7,000s and 6,000s and 100,000 losses. I was happy that one went away. But the credit people are passive. They never gave me back the credit. What did I have? I had a 21,000 credit line, and before that, I had a 45,000 credit line, which is important when you're in business. You need that kind of a credit line, but they never gave it back to me, and they're passive about it. It was like, "You got your credit card stolen," but I knew who it was. It was the ex, women's. Don't ever. Don't ever share that pertinent information on yourself. You need wenches, I suggest Victor and RP. What's that? You need wenches? Wenches, huh? That's what we used to call them when we were young pirates. We were young pirates. Get some wenches. And God, that was so long. It was 100 years ago, I think. So long, so long ago. And I was so soft. Isn't that RP? Is that what Mexican Mgtow say? So soft. You boys are so soft. No, don't do that stuff anymore. It's an easier living in Mgtow when you just, man, I was out all, you just kind of enjoy the world like never before. I was thinking riding my new electric bike and, just zipping around the neighborhood. I put 8.5 on it today. Hardly budged. The things are great. Those batteries are, man, I charged it for 2.5 hours last night. I zipped around for about 8 hours today, and it barely came off of 5 dots. Barely. I don't even have to charge it tomorrow. It says the charge costs 4.5 cents too. That's a good deal. 4.5 cents zipping around all day. That's economic. So, Warrior is the defender of the community. Yeah, Warrior is the defender. Hello, Warrior. Laugh out loud. He's the go-to moderator. That's a good job. That we used to have Shining doing that. Shining was the go-to moderator but he would come in and moderate he would come in and moderate. He did a lot of moderation on aggressive Mgtows. he had Shining as your moderator, and he knew how to untangle those things real good. He was real good at that. We all miss and love Shining. I wish he'd come back. And but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he's just taking a break. He's doing his monk out there. He went on a sabbaticus, and he's doing his monk thing, walking around the world. And hopefully that's it. And he'll have some great stories for us when he comes around again. So here's hello, Joey. Hello, Dr. Omni. Hi, Dr. Omni. I'm waiting to see who's all coming in again. So we're talking about the new guys and the reciprocal pattern that's we've all seen. I know all you guys have seen it before in Mgtow. If you've been in here any time at all, 4 or 5 years, you're going to notice, man, the same thing seems to happen every single year. And then we have this end of summer drama that peaks. And then a bunch of guys will go Mgtow on Mgtow and be like, Mgtow, your dicks, I'm better than that. And really, they can't. They were never what they said they were in the beginning, and that's the shame about it. I wish guys were more honest when they come around. If you're a Mgtow light, if you're a Sandman Mgtow light, be a Sandman Mgtow light. A lot of guys are. He's got a great following over there. If you're Mgtow medium, you're still kind of getting out there, like Mr. Hate Vicious. He's a Mgtow medium, getting out there. You get out there, do your thing. You just don't cohabitate, and do that thing. If you're a Mgtow monk like me, where you just give it all up and you're just looking for that perfect solitude, home, like me and whiskey and so many of us guys. If they would just say what they were and kind of know thyself, that's the biggest thing in Mgtow. I think it's know thyself. We come in here, we take that deep introspection. You look down inside your soul and say, this is what I am, and I am what I am. And I can accept that in any man. I am what I am. If he says I am what I am, and this is the kind of Mgtow I am, you got several levels, several choices, thousands of choices in between. And in between monk or level 0, and there is a level 0, by the way. That was Dr. Grande. Didn't know there was a level 0, which was him. That's not a Mgtow. And you can go from any kind you want. Just do your part. That's all we ask, and don't lie about it. Because most certainly in Mgtow, we're going to catch those lies, and hypocrisy always gets caught by Mgtows. And there is something that's Mgtow never forgets, and they never forgive. We said that from the early days. Hey, these guys, they don't forget, and they don't forgive. That was the first time Steve, back in probably 2007 or 2008, Steve was blowing off some steam about Mgtow, and then he come back right around Barbarossa time, and then say, nah, Steve, Mgtow never forgets, and it never forgives. And, but he stayed around, and he's learned, and maybe someday he'll actually be a good Mgtow. I don't know what it takes. This is always a I love the videos, but the hiccups was great. I missed it. What videos with the hiccups? I missed it. Hiccups. Hiccup videos, drunken videos are great. They make it so hard to podcast now that it's just hard now. I've been experimenting, trying to get the other screen, the original screen for podcasting. I think it's in there somewhere. They just got it hidden, and I got to find the other screen. That way I can adjust my sound and do this, because I can't adjust my sound in here. And I'm just, unless I get deep into my computer and figure out what's going on there, I can adjust my sound on my computer, but I can't do it in here. I don't even get the little time bar or sound bar in here. I get nothing. They give me nothing. That was a stupid move by by uh, by OSHIT from us business. There's the barber time. Yeah. Yeah, that was quite a few years ago. Barber came around about 2008, and just right around the time of YouTube. YouTube was still very young, 2006. I think YouTube started. Nobody trusted it. I remember having those discussions with other Mgtows. We were hanging around the Spearhead and the Mgtow page, the original Mgtow page that Paco had built in 2004. We're like, what's this new YouTube thing? Or, we don't trust it, because we didn't trust anything back then. We didn't trust anything. It was like, no, man, don't seem like a manosphere spot. But it worked out okay for Mgtow. Mgtow grew on there. And maybe it's time to move out of this thing. Maybe it's time to move somewhere else. I wish that someday, I thought SFM was going to do it, build a Mgtow server, and we can start dropping our videos on a Mgtow server, and start having live chat on a Mgtow server, and we don't have to rely on nobody except for Mgtow. That's the obvious way to do it. When Alex Jones was kicked off of YouTube, the first thought that came to my mind is, hey, build your own platform. You obviously made a ton of money on your platform here on YouTube and other platforms and everything. Build your own platform, get your own server, do that. We used to talk about that all the time, and everybody's like, no, I can't do that. We're not smart enough. But I think we are smart enough. I think SFM is smart enough. I think that boy can put together anything he wanted to put together. And we could do it if we wanted to, but we all got to get together. That seems to be the only problem with Mgtow over the last 15 years is all these different personalities of men getting together and agreeing on something, on one thing. Mgtow, that's our only shame, is we never agree on anything. And that's part of being a man, I guess. I was going to look into the philosophy of why men can't agree on one thing. It's just a part of being a man. Every fisherman has a favorite lure, I guess. And the more fishing analogies. I'm going to be doing a lot of fishing analogies towards the end of the season. Salmon season will start coming in soon, and that's going to be fun. And then back to winter again. I was hoping I will say it again for the umpteenth million time. I was hoping not to be here when winter comes around again, but it looks like I'm stuck again. I'm landlocked in Cleveland for another year. I don't know how I'm going to do it. This year, I should make a Mgtow resolution this year that I'm getting out of Cleveland. I'm going to move somewhere, the Ozarks or somewhere with a lot of water and where it's warm. I want water and warm, and I want to take my big hammer out every morning, and I want to go hunt alligators. That's what I wanted in my life. I want to hold up an alligator and like, guys, look what I just did. That's my dream in life. I'm getting down south where I can get out and bit shoot. Yeah, bit shoot's okay. Yeah, they blocked you there for saying bit shoot. As you know, YouTube's my moderator, and they wouldn't allow me to come back unless I allowed YouTube to be my moderator. Jesus, they sent me a little message about that, and I was like, God, Jesus. they said, we don't have any hopes that you're going to change. So we're going to need a moderator and we're going to be it. That was funny. I thought that was hilarious. Not the old YouTube, not the old YouTube that made its living on Alex Jones and people speaking their mind and conspiracy theory and 9/11 conspiracies and alien conspiracies and Yeti conspiracies and Mel's Hole conspiracies. That's where the lizard people come out of the ground at in Mel's Hole. And that stuff is all fun, and most people know that it's not real. But with the age of the millennial, right around 2010, I believe, or somewhere around there, with the age of the millennials actually believe that there are lizard people, and you got to moderate your tone around them because they'll fall for anything. Christ. It used to be, I remember, I mean, really, YouTube made their money off of conspiracy theories back in the day, and everything was fine and dandy around here until the first millennial shot someone in a pizza shop because they believed Alex Jones pizza box, this pizza delivery conspiracy theory, which is just weird because we all know, everybody that's got a little bit of brains up there knows it's just bullshit. And it's just fun. It's like lizard people. I like to watch the lizard people videos once in a while, and the huge human beings. What do you call those big human beings? I like to watch because but I know deep down in my heart that it's not real. But nowadays, with the age of the millennial and the special person and the special girls and special feminists, you got to watch so you don't hurt anybody's feelings, and you got to make sure you don't tell them something that they're really going to believe, or else they're going to grab a gun and go hunting lizard people. Jesus. Wow. But that's the kind of special world we live in now. I don't know when it changed. I do know when it changed. It changed right around 2008 to 2010, 2012. It changed. The mentality of the world seemed to change, where everybody lost their mind and some people never came back. What do they call that? That's the conspiracy of I'll remember it. But people used to, it was honest and real. Now they have no idea. When you try to tell them what's real, now they have no freaking clue. I think Mgtow, that's our job in Mgtow, to present the reals. We present the reals to people, and they don't like it, and they'll say the reals isn't real. And the reals isn't real, and they'd rather believe in weird things like religion and lizard people, and they actually think they're going to go catch a Yeti up in northern country. Good luck, ghost hunter. Good luck, ghost hunter. That's what I say. So I guess this goes a long way around with keeping it reals in Mgtow too. When you come around and one of these guys come around, man, I wish they would just be honest about what class Mgtow they were. We got a couple of these guys now, and I'll try not to mention names, that are calling themselves monks, and one of them's just an alt-righter that wanted to convince you that alt-right is for you, and one of them's a blue pill beggar, and one of them's a chubby chaser, and all three of those guys were calling themselves monks at one time. And it's just been a year. They've been around a year and they so disrupted Mgtow and they got large followings like always. People follow stupid. It's like maybe stupid attracts stupid. I don't know. But calling yourself a Mgtow, if you've just been honest about you, about what you were, you're just a Mgtow light pussy beggar. And they'd probably still be around to this day if they're honest, but no, they'll Mgtow out on Mgtow and run away and in their shame, and they shame themselves. No one did that for them. That's the only sin in Mgtow, when you shame yourself. But we're going to get it every year, and every year it's going to happen, and we're going to get a new group this year. And I wish guys would start seeing that, asking for some credentials or something. But you know, when you're on fire, when you first get this stuff, you want to be the next Neo, the next Barbarossa. You know, have that ability to do the orator thing. You know, you be the orator. You know, the Brazilian orator. You know, that's what Barbarossa had. But we ain't all Neos, and we're just waiting for the next Neo. We're waiting for the real Neo to come around, just like Morpheus. And by the way, Morpheus was the hero. He was the hero of he was waiting, and he waited for the next Neo, or the real Neo, and he never gave up hope. Someday we'll bust through. Maybe it'll be a state senator or a president. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a Mgtow president someday. But basically, with 25, well, not 25, with 98%, I think it's 98% of Congress and Senate, you have to be married. Now, who made up that rule that you had to be married to be a senator or a congressman? And they look down on you if you're not. That's some religialistic shit. And basically 42% of people over 18 are not married nowadays, and that's going higher. It might even be over 54%. I think it was 54% last time I looked, but I can't quote that because I can't remember it. But 54% of the people in society are not married. So who represents us unmarried people? Huh? All the married people? No. All the blue pill people representing the red pill people? No, that's craziness. And I think our vote would count if all the unmarried people would start voting for unmarried candidates, and people that have a little red pill in them. I think that would go a long way. But I don't know. I don't see no candidates out there that are running that are unmarried. Even Pete Buttigieg is married, but he's married to a dude. That's about as progressive as you get, I guess. But no one represents us, and that's the problem with this country. No one represents the people that really matter, the working people, and the people that are unmarried, and the people that don't want to get married, and the monks, and the Mgtows, and the lesbians, and even the feminists at that. We're all part of the same gender dynamics group. And this gender dynamics war is playing out, and what it is postmodernism, and postmodernism is having an argument with modernism, and it's going to play out, and someday somebody's going to come along and quantify it. I don't know. I thought that was Kuhn, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Sorry about the drink. Sorry about all the drinking I have doing lately. No, you're drinking lately. Slow down the drinking, and slow down the drinking if you feel bad about it. Remorse is good when you're drinking. When you have remorse about drinking, you should slow down the drinking And then that's when you know you're not an alcoholic. And you can say, hey, I do too much of that. I'm trying to rehydrate now, so I'm drinking. But I've been out pedaling the bike all day, just pedaling. I was so happy. It's so easy to pedal the e-bike too. You guys got to get an e-bike. We got to get an e-bike gang. I was thinking about calling them the gods, and I'm going to be the leader. Like I am the leader of Mgtow. So I'm going to start an e-bike gang, and then we're going to get jackets with our names on the back, the gods. So consider that, joining my gang of e-bikers with little dorky e-bikes. Yeah. I can never smoke marijuana in my life. Jesus, it would kill me. I don't know. I'm one of those people that can never do that. It makes me paranoid. Maybe it's I'm so high strung. But Mgtow is a good place to work on your addictions and stuff too, because Mgtow is about an addiction. It's about the split V addiction. And if you can tackle the split V addiction, you can tackle any addiction in the world that you have. Messenger talks a lot about her. Lazarus, his new name, Lazarus, talks a lot about addiction in some of his old videos. And it's purposeful because the split V is the biggest addiction us men have, and it's the biggest addiction of once we get over that addiction as a species, and once we evolve out of the addiction of that split V, we can start regulating and controlling our lives better, and I think humanity will survive then. But as of now, unless men can stick it in their pants and control their addiction to the split V, I don't think humanity is going to survive without it, and we're going to have a apocalyptic scenario sooner or later. Every Mgtow kind of agrees on that there's no more room on this planet. Hey, and if that religious thing is right, we've filled the four corners of the earth. That's so silly, the four corners. They said that in the Bible, the four corners, like the earth was flat and it had four corners. And I think God would have known that it was round. Jackasses. But yeah, I think we've pretty much accomplished that by now, because I can't see a single space on this planet that doesn't have those jackass humans on it. But yeah, I was thinking about that this week. I was thinking about that. Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland. They laughed at him. But Greenland's going to be green pretty soon again. So it might be a pretty good place to live. And it might be a place Mgtows might want to think about, because there's a lot of room there and there's no jackasses there. And I would say, as soon as I heard that, I was like, buy it. I hope they sell it to us, because I'm moving. I'm getting out of here because it's too crowded. Used to have space around here. I remember where I grew up as a kid. There used to be space. I mean, it ended. Cleveland ended right in the suburbs where I lived, and it just was like forest. And we used to go down and go fishing and learn how to hunt and fish, and nobody bothered us, and the police didn't chase you around because you had a BB gun, and they didn't call you a terrorist. Them days are long gone. All them lands are, all those land have houses on them now, and it doesn't seem to end. I can drive from Sandusky to mentor without seeing without seeing a not a house, you know. And it's sad. We're running out of space. And I guess if we're going to have that anti-immigration argument, that would be the way I would come at it. I would come at it like, hey, we're just plain running out of space. Where do you want to put? Where do you want to store all the baby mamas at? I mean, we're gonna have man-free zones like in England now, where they store the baby mamas in big towers. That's what they have in Russia too. They have to store the baby mamas in big towers where they can raise their kids, and they just build platforms on top of each other and store them. And it's a storage center. Is like iRobot. You remember the movie I, Robot with Will Smith when they got the storage center for all of the robots, the old robots? That's what I think about when I think about how this world is coming to. And that was sitting on top of a place that used to be called Lake Michigan that they didn't have anymore. iRobot's a pretty good Mgtow movie if you think about it. But it ain't robots we're going to be storing. We're going to be storing baby mamas. We're going to be storing breeders inside of buildings so they can breed, and we can go from 8 billion people to 16 billion people. Can't wait for that to happen, jackasses. I think Mgtow has a bigger purpose in this world. It's to save the world. It's like buying an e-bike. I don't spend $420, 420 gallons of gasoline a year because I don't want to poison the environment. Think about that with breeding. You know, pretty soon we're going to have 16 billion people on this planet. You're going to be bumping into elbow at elbow. We're going to be bumping in. It's like one of those old apocalyptic horror pictures where you see the people just falling off of cliffs. It's just because people just won't stop breeding. I mean, Jesus, some people just aren't supposed to breed. I mean, that's what the incels should realize. Some people just aren't supposed to breed. Get used to that idea. You can still do it. Buy a doll. Buy a doll. I do believe that the doll market is just made for the incel market. Just getting these guys to realize that, man, do you really want your progeny running around this world? You can't even take care of yourself. That's the incels over there. Purple pillar incels. I think Eli, yeah, they're incels. Oh, no, WW3 is around the corner. Yeah. I even seen Tom Hartman put out a video today about the apocalyptic future of pruning the masses by mass war. I was like pruning the stags out of the deer population. Yeah, that's just going to boil down to a lot of men dying, and we're still going to have women breeding like crazy. So if we're going to do that, we have to trim the female population. Send them the war. Send them the war. But that ain't going to happen because of gynocentrism. I see the pruning of the stags kind of thing in Mgtow. It used to be around a whole lot. You know, we're going to have this apocalyptic future, and I'm going to have like 30 women, you know, in my harem. And that was the utopia they were trying to make out of this. And then you got two different ideas there: an apocalyptic future where you can make a utopian harem because all the men are going to be dead. But what ensures that you're going to be one of the men? That's what I always asked. You think you're going to be one of those guys, huh? There's young Joes running around. Young Joes with big arms and and mean as hell. And you're going to be one of those guys, huh? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Apocalyptic futures. Whew, that was stupid. That's holding two cognitively different ideas at once. Tom Hartman was milling over that idea today. I was like, nah, dude, not gonna happen. But he's one of those guys that are blue pill as hell and a feminist at that, and he loved to throw all the other guys on. So that's the blue pill feminist males idea. He wants to throw all the other people under the bus, all the other men, and he thinks he's going to be that alpha male. That alpha male, I mean, that guy, he's like 140 pounds and 60 years old, and he thinks he's going to be the alpha male in that situation. No, I don't think so. But all those, I think that's a part of being blue pill. You dream of pruning the other stags so you don't have to compete with them. But that's a mental process there. That's what Camus would call the metaphysical rebel. You want to be the metaphysical rebel. You want to prune the other stags, but you're in a 130-pound body. So you just dream about it. So that's why it's metaphysical, I suppose. Oh man, some of the jackass shit I hear on Mgtow, and even across the gender dynamics sphere. And that's what it really is. We're all part of the gender dynamics fight, and it's just postmodernism battling against modernism. I thought Stardust had explained that thoroughly, but he kind of missed people on that, I suppose. So go back and listen to Postmodernism by Stardust, and you'll get it. Is postmodernism the problem? No, I don't think postmodernism is just another paradigm. Cohn would explain that it was just another paradigm that came upon us. It's an evolutionary process that we're going to get new paradigms. We're going through neural evolution. Our brains are getting bigger. We're using more neurons. As we do that, we'll come under new ideas, and postmodernism is a new idea, and it's very complex once you start really delving into it. And it makes a lot of sense, but we're having these arguments now, and that plays out in the gender dynamics sphere. And I wish guys like Jordan Peterson would understand that it's just empiricalism playing out. Empiricalism has needs. Kuhn would say empiricalism is fed by argument and discourse. And then you come to a truth. And that's what we do here in Mgtow. We do discourse and we come to a truth. And I think we've argued it out where Mgtow is pretty solid on its ideas so far. But I'm out of Dr. Pepper. But that's the Mgtow philosophy. And we started off talking about the jackasses that just came around Mgtow. We're calling themselves monks and just our pea beggars and split V investigators. And they all said, oh, Mgtow's a philosophy. And Joe, you're wrong. It's not a movement. And it is a movement. It's a philosophical movement. And it generates down the gender dynamics lines. And it's a postmodernism is the movement. And they never seem to get that because they never read a freaking book in their lives. And you can't seem to explain that to them when they come in. They're just, oh, Mgtow's not a movement. And then it's like, really, buddy? Really? Oh, please tell me more because I know you're not going to be around here for fucking more than a year. Jackasses. Uh, God, I hate stupid people. But they showed themselves in all the drama lately. Drama queens. They're just drama queens. And they'll rage out and go away, and we'll get the next people in, and it's a circular thing. And I think TFM pretty much explained that how Mgtow is a circular. It has to do a lot with the way things really work in this planet, and but they missed that too because they probably never listened to a TFM video, and that's the life cycle of the amoeba. When it comes down to the life cycle of the amoeba comes around and then it eats itself and then comes up and regenerates life. But that's the circular pattern of Mgtow, and it comes around every year, and we have to deal with the newbies, and maybe some of them will stay around. Maybe some of them will get it. You know, I'm looking for a beverage up here, and I don't have another beverage. I always say I'm going to put a beverage refrigerator, so I have my Dr. Peppers and Diet Cokes and over there. But I was looking straight at one the other day. I was at Home Depot or something, and I was looking at it going, buy it. Buy it. Get rid of that big refrigerator on the other end of the house and buy that. I told my buddy I could sell my big refrigerator with the ice maker and the cold water dispenser, and it's like huge, and just get rid of that and get a man refrigerator that's just, it holds beverages and some meat. And that's all we really need. And there's no vegetable crispers. A Mgtow refrigerator doesn't have a vegetable crisper. Sorry. That's pretty funny. You can get a freezer for that, I guess. Buy frozen vegetables. I don't know if you... Yeah, I need two fridges. I need the fridges for when people come around and I have to act civil, and I have to clean up all the house and vacuum the floor and that stuff. And I need a refrigerator for those days, and I need a refrigerator for dude stuff. It's just dude refrigerator. It's about this tall. And it opens up and it's got beverages and some meat in there. And that's what we really need. Yeah, I still have things to figure out in my life. See that? We never get where we want to be in life. We never get where we want to be. Someday when I'll get where I want to be in life, and then it'll all end. The IRS will come after me or something. They'll say, we can't have any dudes actually winning. It'll send off a signal or something. I don't know. Maybe a glow will come off me or something when I get what I actually want to be in life, and the rest of the world will know it's time to end that, because we can't have any dudes, not one dude out there ever having what he wants to have. The last guy was Jeffrey Epstein, and they just killed him. And if you don't think they killed him, yeah, you keep believing in that. They already had his will that they said he signed 2 days before, so his brother wouldn't give the money. All split up between them. All the executioners, like Camus would say, the executioners forced him to sign his will over $82 million, and they're going to split it up between them, and then they executed him. I bet there was a surprised look on his face. I would have liked to have seen that look, like, ass. Didn't you know that was going to happen? You're a billionaire. You're supposed to be smart. But he wasn't a billionaire. He was just a 582 millionaire. Yeah, you should retire at 60. There's no reason not to anymore. You should try to at least, uh, because you're not going to make it to that. What do they want? 72 now for retirement or something like that? Nah, just retire early. Buy yourself a travel van and a fishing rod and an electric bike and just go. That's my dream. I'm gonna have a house on wheels and an electric bike and some fishing rods. Hopefully by that time I'll have a canoe too. That I've been losing a little weight, so that's the problem with me in a canoe. That it didn't hold 325 pounds, so I had to lose some weight, and I've been doing a pretty good job. I'm down to 260 ish, and that's because I pedal my ass off every day. But hopefully I can get down from that. And get a canoe. I was looking at the canoe people when I went down on bike ride. There's a canoe. There's a beautiful. This county right here is so silly. They got the Black River goes down and it goes back to the back of my house here, and we got the Vermilion River on the other side. And in the Black River, we have canoeing from what's called Crystal Falls to the French Creek, where the French Creek and up to the lake. And it's huge. It's a huge area, but this county hasn't figured out how to industrialize that, like Mohican State Park has made in like done with canoeing, and it's just like Jesus. I mean, we're so behind times here. The carnivora diet, yeah, I should check that out. I did that one diet once where you just eat meat. Uh, but that was a really bad thing for me. My fingernails started falling off because I didn't get my vitamins or something I needed, and so I got to watch what kind of diets I eat because my body's not the same as everybody else's. But I'm gonna try a new. Well, I've been eating. You know what I've been eating a lot lately? I've been eating sushi. I've just been loving it. Just it's like sushi every day. I got a big bag of rice and I bought some ahi tuna, and I'll make this California rolls and then the sushi rolls. And then I'm really good at it now too. I can cut sushi. It's a skill. You ever try to cut sushi? It's a skill. It really is. And so I've been eating a lot of sushi and fish. And but, I live on the lake here. I eat fish a lot. Ever since I was a little kid, I eat fish, and I find when I put on weight, I get away from the lake diet and I start taking on the inlander diet, and that's when it gets me in trouble. Because I eat a lot of things that I shouldn't be eating, like McDonald's and Burger King and that stuff. And I'm trying to get back to my laker diet. I'm a lake person. I'm an Irish fisherman by genetics. So eating fish and rice, that's 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 what I'm going to try to do. Get away from the yuppie food, and that's what I need to do. But I have been pretty successful. I think I lost about 30 pounds since I hurt. Well, I gained a shitload of weight when I hurt my knee, and I looked at myself about a month ago, and I was like, "Damn, you're fat." And that's not a good thing to say to yourself. But being honest with yourself is a good thing. I was like bucking over 300 at that point, and I was like, "Damn, Joe, you're fat." And you just say it to yourself, like, "Damn, boy, you're fat." And then I started riding the bike. And that's why I bought the e-bike, because I can get twice the workout on the e-bike because it kind of assists me, and I can go really long distance, pedal, and it's just fun as fuck too. It really is. When I about the last mile or so, I put on the when I don't have to worry about the electric going out anymore, I put on the full throttle, where I can go full throttle, and then I just go as fast as the cars, and they're like, "Whoa, that's not safe." And I was like, "I know," but it's fun. That's what I'm hoping. I'm losing about another 40 pounds at least. I have to cure my knee problem and become a real respectable working person in my society again. Because that's all they really want out of men, is that we're respectable. They don't care that you have problems. It's like, fuck, you know. They just want. Are you gonna work again? You gonna fix things for us again? That's what they want, which is really anti-MGTOW when you think about it. It's like all society ever wants out of us is to just be slaves. And no matter how hard we try to break out of that, most of the time we just have to deal with it sometimes. You have to acquiesce sometimes to those things. Otherwise, they're going to kick me out of society. I ain't Jeffrey Epstein. I don't have 528, $68 billion to foolishly squander on bitches. I wish I was. I'd just get a big boat and just sail off. I seen what is it? The owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos' boat. That's a spectacular piece of machinery, isn't it? I was like, wow, Jeff, nice. You animal. Insulin resistance, that's what makes people fat. It's not because you're lazy. No, I'm not lazy. I'm a very active person. It's not what you eat. Insulin resistance is. I have to read up on that. I do have some. I had problems back when I was sick with my insulin dropping off. But that's because I didn't have much kidneys left at that point. But yeah, my pancreas died a little, I guess. So everything's okay now. But yeah, I'll look into that insulin resistant. I cut out all my sugars lately, and I just kept sugars like rice, and just simple sugars, and we'll see how that works. Because the meat diet, all meat, what do they call that? The all meat diet, that didn't work for me. That just made me fatter. Because I love meat too. God, who doesn't? There's a man that doesn't love a big raw steak. I mean, that shit will get you in trouble. Half the problem with men diets is the Dr. Oz's and all these people pushing diets in the world never design diets for men. They design diets for women because they want the women's to look curvy and nice and slim. And most dieters, they don't care if the men die. Matter of fact, they want the men to die. And men and women have totally different bodies. You have to, if you're reading how to diet on the internet, you're gonna get screwed up. I mean, I remember reading about the banana diet. It was a total woman diet. It had high calcium, but calcium kills men. You get neural damage from calcium. Your heart, men don't have ability to get iron or calcium out of their body like women do. And it kills. It's like, man, they should have like a warning on diets, like this is not a male diet, like this is a female diet, and nobody seems to know what a male diet is, because we're not allowed to talk about these things. But I think that's the testosterone diet. When you rotate your fat, you have to get rid of your fat to get the estrogen out of your body, and you diet and rotate and diet and rotate. That's the only way you get estrogen out of your body, is zinc attaches to the fat, and then estrogen attaches to the zinc, and then you flush it out of your body through your liver. But even a lot of men don't understand that too. They start doing the Dr. Oz banana diet. It's like, son of a bitch, and they can't. They have no idea why they can't. They're not thinking right, and their body's going to all the hell. And but man, we live in a screwed up world where the simple fact that men and women have different bodies is not appreciated by the medical community because they're afraid, don't want to be not gynocentric. And that comes back to the argument of postmodernism that was the so-called hoax. That's why so-called did the hoax, because he just said what all the idiots were thinking, and then he was accepted, and he said, "Ha! Look, I just said what you guys wanted me to say, and it's all bullshit." You should read about the so-called hoax. I think so-called SOKAL, so-called hoax. If you, it should be the beginning of Mgtow. You should know that when you first come into Mgtow, what the so-called hoax was all about. That was the argument against empiricalism and postmodernism in a feminist form. Chapter 8, Theories in Reality, Goodall. If you want, Chapter 9, maybe it's Chapter 8, Feminism. He talks about the so-called hoax. And Theory in Reality is a good book to read. The Theory of Reality by Goodall, if you want to learn about postmodernism and the so-called hoax and what the arguments are actually about. The body has the ability to turn protein into glycose for all that with insulin resistance and higher fat diets work. Fast, you're burning fast, you're burning the fat of your body. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I eat fish, and fish has a nice amount of protein in it, and then I fast for the rest of the day. And water. I'm trying to water diet. A flush. I get a flush. But I'll figure it out. The right combination. I just need to get down about 40 more pounds. I'll be like, oh, I'll shave or dye my beard and get all buff, and then like, no, I won't. I never understood that. These guys come around there, they were like, work out. Why are you working out like that? Why do you want to beautify your body for women if you're a Mgtow? They're just going to take advantage of you. Didn't you realize that one? So screw it. Just if you're going to do it, just do it for yourself and stay active like I do. And it doesn't matter what you look like, because why would it matter? If you're a Mgtow, why would it matter what you look like? It doesn't matter. I mean, you just be the best person you can be, and healthy as you can be. You know, some of these guys are sculpting their body for to be that alpha male, and when they start talking like that, you see it. It's like you're still validating yourself through women because you're still chasing the women's. You're still chasing the women's. I mean, healthy sometimes is having a little fat on your body. It's having it's not carrying. It's being stress free, and that's where we all got to get. And unfortunately, I was born a fat fucker, but we all have our battles to win. But yeah, we can do it. Yeah, relieve the stress. Circulate your fat, and it'll be better. But I've gone a long time, and I just wanted to come back and say hello to everybody. And I've been watching, I've been lurking, and all the drama's got to stop. And like always, we were a little too tolerant with the jackasses that came around. And like always, hopefully one or two of them will actually get it. But until then, we have to tolerate them. And soon, you're going to go back to school. The next Neo is going to come around. He's going to be all the woo. He's Neo. Like Karuma. He had a glove on his hand. It's a mental defect that he thought his hand was a bone. And he got 30,000 followers. That was funny as fuck. Karuma, this dorky little incel. That's when you know Mgtow is screwed up, when you see Karuma and 30,000 followers. Yeah, it's like, Jesus, the Mgtow, come on. Karuma, that was funny as fuck. He's gone now too. He went Mgtow on Mgtow. It's like, screw you, Mgtow. It's like on the way out the door. He's gonna go have a YouTube career because he's so great. That was funny as hell. I just laugh. Man, you sit back on the Mgtow bench and it's just, you can laugh at life because you're gonna see it, you know. The latest was Mike the Mgtow monk. And I remember he came after me. As soon as he came here, he came after me, him and that whole gang. Just and then my fake the fake account showed up, and it's like, Jesus, you know, he's gonna be the next Neo. Can't keep it together. They can never keep it together. But it's just funny. They're just funny as fuck. It's just Karuma. Just when you look at these new guys, think of Karuma. And just start laughing. Jackass. It's like, yeah, we're gonna have the next jackass, you know, order that comes around, and he's gonna be the next Neo, and they're all gonna fall for it. The same low IQ retards are gonna fall for it every time, every single time. But hey, that's about it. All I got for you today. You guys stay cool and stay Mgtow and work on yourself. And it's always going to be a persistent problem working on yourself, and it's going to be a lifelong journey. Maybe someday I'll break out of this body and I'll just be an aura of light and monkness. And that's the only thing I can hope for in this world is I just break out of this body one day and become an aura of monkness, Mgtow monkness. But while we're here and while we have to look at the jackasses, just sit back on the Mgtow bench, make yourself a good pot of coffee, roast your own, and enjoy it, because it's going to be good. And like the hippie kids say, hey man, hang on, you're in for a bumpy ride if you're going to stay around Mgtow. And that's it. That's all I got for you today. And I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. I had nothing prepared, but I'm just rambling on. And I'll let y'all get back to your lives. And I'm going to go check on Dougie, put him outside, give him a big hug, and tell him I love him, and he's going to be okay. And with that, I hope you're all having a pretty good life. Easy. It's summer. Everything's easy, guys. Take it easy. Reduce your workload. Increase where you're going in life. And I don't know. There's a Mgtow magic and reductionism. Find it. Find your center. Find yourself. And that's the only thing we can all hope for. With that, I'm going to end this stream. And like always, thanks for being Mgtow. Mgtow.